Hey friends, Katie Jo Ramsey here. So recently, a online friend of mine, I would love to say real friend, but that would be kind of creepy because I don't actually know her, except from my writing group, Lindsay Feldposh. I started watching some videos that she live streams on Facebook, and I was so inspired because number one, Lindsay is flippin' hilarious. She is so funny, and she's number two, so authentic. Lindsay live streams videos with a towel on her head after she has gotten out of the shower, and I just think that's marvelous. I think that's so wonderful and real. And the thing is, as a writer, I get to hide behind my words. You see, when you read a blog from me, you're seeing something that's been edited, sometimes more than others. But the truth is that I get to a little bit hide behind my words. I get to choose what you see and what you don't see. With a video, it's a little bit less edited. It's a little bit more raw. It's a little bit more me in my real life. And there's something really beautiful to that, and I think there's something really necessary to that, especially in the space that I feel called to communicate in. So, many of you know I feel a calling to share my story surrounding the experience of suffering. I have an autoimmune disease called ankylosing spondylitis. It's been 7.5 years. It's hard, it's severe, and it's affected every part of my life. But the reason I feel called to write is not because I'm sick, but because I'm loved and I'm sick. I'm loved by God, and God has transformed my experience of suffering from something that is extremely depressing and full of despair to something that still has despair and still is depressing, but ultimately is actually full of joy and hope and honestly transformation that I never would have expected was possible. I knew that God was capable of great things, but it wasn't really until I got sick that I had to trust that those great things could happen for me. I don't know. Anyway, I am trying out video blogging because I feel a calling to share my story. I feel a calling to not just write about it, but to be real. It matters to make myself visible to you, my audience, if there is an audience, we'll see, because my disease is invisible. When you look at me right now, you probably see a normal 27-year-old. Unless I have myself fooled and I'm really not that normal, which, let's be honest, there's a chance. But when you look at me, you probably see just like an average looking person. But there's so much going on inside this body. I live every single day with really intense physical pain. Some days I can't walk. Some days I don't leave my home at all because I can't. Many days I do, and it's hard. And I'm thankful for every day that I get to. I'm also thankful for the days I don't. But what's important about this, to stay on track, is that I don't want to just hide behind my written words. I think my written words are important. I think God has called me especially to write, but I think that it would be helpful for other people who are invisibly ill to see a real live human who also has an invisible illness make herself visible and make my pain a little bit more real. Make myself as a human a little bit more human to you. So, toward that end, I am trying out video blogging. This is my first ever attempt, and I am just hoping to stretch myself. I want to be real before you guys. I'm in my little office. I just kind of decorated yesterday to make it my little writer's retreat, and I'm in love with it. It's great, butterflies in the walls, and I've got my little diffuser going, and I've got my succulents and my flowers, and I'm happy. But this is my home. My dogs are running around like crazy little shits, and I'm at home. This is real life. And it's important, I think, for me to show my real life a little bit more than I've ever been comfortable showing. So I'm starting to do this, And I'm doing it because making my illness visible matters. We need one another to know that sharing our stories is not something that's wrong, even though our culture subtly tells us it is. To know that pressing into our pain actually is a good thing and leads to beautiful results. And to know that ultimately we're not alone. I don't know if I already said that, but that's the beauty. We're not alone because there's people like you and I all over this country, all over this world. There are millions of men and women suffering from autoimmune diseases and chronic conditions in our country. And when you look, next time you go to church, when you look around the room and you don't think you see anybody that might be like you don't know anybody else that you think suffers daily from pain or has to see their doctor more than they see their friends, I want you to think again, because someone in that pew, someone in that church might be sitting there looking like me, looking normal, and suffering silently. So I write, I speak, so that you won't have to suffer silently anymore. So that maybe through me choosing to not be silent, you can too. So let's stop hiding together. Let's come out into the open. Here's my real life, and I look forward to hearing about yours, maybe eventually seeing it, and really changing and growing myself as a communicator through letting myself be a little bit more authentic with you through this new format for me of video blogging. So I look forward to your feedback. If you have any, please let me know in comments, and I am just excited to change and grow alongside with you. Thanks, guys. Bye.